If you have no idea what Monica just said, that's just a glimpse of what it was like for her growing up.
My parents didn't have a language they shared with me, and they were able to speak and hear the same as my brother, and so I got left out a lot more than my brother did, and I didn't have that communication with my parents.
More than 90% of deaf children are born with hearing parents. Like many couples, Monica and her husband Dirk both had very different childhoods and experiences, but both say growing up as the only deaf child in their families was very isolating and frustrating.
There were several occasions when I would be very curious about what my family was doing, and I would ask my mom, what are you guys talking about? What are you laughing about?
Studies say that babies can learn simple signs as young as 5.5 months old, but they may not have the hand control to sign back until they're about 8 months old. Equivalent spoken language milestones usually occur 2 to 3 months later, but after the child is around 3 years old, the advantages equalize.
The school for the deaf that I went to, everybody there was deaf, but we were forbidden to use sign language. We were forced to only use what residual hearing we had and learn to speak for ourselves and learn to lip read. And then when I was 16, I went to a different school and I learned sign language there. And that changed my entire worldview. It just opened everything up for me.
Dirk says because of the misinformation tied to learning sign language, his experience is a common one.
They have a lot of trauma from growing up being denied access to language.
But that's something both of their children do not have to worry about. When Monica gave birth to Camilla and Sammy, doctors said they were sorry that the babies were deaf. Monica says she was confused by that.
I feel like her experience is better because my parents didn't have a language they shared with me, and Camilla has that because her dad and I are both deaf, and so we understand what the experience is like to grow up as a deaf person and to be a deaf person in a world where almost everybody else can hear and speak. That's something that I'm really glad that I can give my children, that access that I didn't have,